Yo, 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 what's going on? It's your boy Daryl, aka Chambers Nation, man. I'm here joined. He's not even a guest, man. I ain't even gonna lie, he ain't no guest. Joined by the coach, the champion coach from East Meck High School. You can introduce yourself, man. I don't know which name you want to go by, Coach Hunter. You want to go by the second, you know what I'm saying, or you want to go by Irvin. I don't know which one you want to do, man. It's up to you, my brother.
Man, I'm going to go by all of the above. And let's be specific. Coach Hunter, the professor, a.k.a. I'm a creative runner.
A.K.A. the professor, because that's what he do. He create runners.
And I create, that's what I do. I create, cultivate, recycle, repeat until I stop breathing. I don't have no other plan, I don't have no other philosophy, I don't have no other foundation. Just create, cultivate, repeat, recycle. Create, cultivate, repeat, recycle.
Alright, so let's talk about that process that you go through. Now, as a track coach, being over athletes, why do you feel the need? So we're going to be talking about being specific today. Why do you feel the need to be specific when you're coaching the athletes to get them to peak later versus getting them to peak early? What's the importance behind that?
It's important to peak at the right time. Anybody can be fast. Anybody can produce a fast time. If you got talent, you're gonna run fast. The art behind coaching and timing is everything. So you've got to be calculated in your timing, which means you've got to adjust and just do a lot of observing. And some days when you think you're taking losses, you actually taking wins, because timing is something you're never in control of. But it's always something that you got to manage and make the best of. So when it comes to peaking at the right time, man, you just, at the beginning of the season, you already know when the end results. You already know when the championship time is coming. You already know when the championship meet is there. And everything else is just a process that's leading up to that final destination or that final moment. And even when you have a runner that may participate in 3 different track seasons, from cross country to indoor to outdoor, you gotta always have a big picture in mind. So if I'm training you in June or May for cross country, we're still gonna have a peak season in November, knowing that my mileage, my workouts, my strength, my speed still has to have a specific timing and a specific cadence if we want to get to a healthy May.
Gotcha.
Because that's 10 months of consistency. And when you go hard, you're reading, you might have multiple coaches, you got that drive in you. Man, you always want to push harder the next day. Push harder, push harder, push harder. But there's always a time for that. Because if you just keep pushing day in, day out for 10 months straight, when that championship presents itself, whether it's in November, February, or May, your body might be burnt out. And you might already ran your fast time. But if you was running a fast time to get admitted into school early, you achieved your goal.
Okay.
But if you wanted to run a fast time to become a state champion, you might miss your goal if you run too fast too early. So it all depends on the patience of the athlete, and at the end of the day, the overall goal of what the athlete wants out of this particular season.
Gotcha.
And how patient and how committed are they, and how much they really trust your process. Because 10 months is a long time.
That is a long time.
And it's rare that you have an athlete that can be a champion all year. Take just to this morning, Donovan Brazil, fastest 800-meter runner ever in America. just broke the indoor record. Negative splitting last weekend at the Melrose games. His coach pulled him out of the indoor championships this weekend. Why? Because he already achieved his goals for the indoor season. His goal for the indoor season wasn't to be the U.S. indoor champion. His goal for the season was what him and his coach came up with, and they already met that. So now it's time to prepare for the 2020 Olympics, which is the ultimate goal as a runner, to be the greatest champion at the highest stage. So to sacrifice that moment don't make me do nothing but respect his coach even more, because it's all about time. But at the same time, it gives another newcomer the opportunity to be a champion, which may become a threat this summer.
That is true.
But
if you're trusting in your process, you're not worried about or focus on somebody else's process.
But being that I'm not the coach of Donovan Brazil, I'm looking at the window of opportunity that's been given.
I got you.
To anybody else that wants to wear that crown.
Hey, well, even when the crown is worn by somebody else, the crown is always welcome to be taken.
Oh, the crowns are meant to be taken. And it's always going to be more than one king. Well, you got seasons. It's always going to be more than one king.
Okay, cool. So what do you want to leave the people with as far as like wrapping up that, being specific about, you know, being able to peak later versus early? Like what's the main point you want to leave everybody with? Like why should they do it like that versus just peaking?
Once again, you gotta understand or know what your timeline, what your goal is, and how much time do you have with this particular athlete.
Gotcha.
And what this athlete's overall goal is, based off of the time that you and that athlete have together. Mm. If you know that the trust, the commitment is there, and y'all got a 2-year window, there's different approaches. But if you got a 3-month window, obviously, there's gonna have to be some things that take place differently than somebody that has a 24-month window. Mm-hmm. Because over 24 months, I got time to get you to trust me. In 3 months, I got to earn your trust immediately, so we can have our best finish 3 months from now.
Gotcha.
So, peaking, it's all about the individual, it's all about the coach. Everybody gonna peak, but everybody not gonna peak at that championship race. That's why rankings don't matter. That just means somebody ran faster earlier. But until that day, hey, he was a king that day. She was a queen that day. But on any given day, somebody else can wear the crown if it's their time and they seize their opportunity. So,
all right. Yeah, I heard it from the horse's mouth himself, man. This dude, exactly what he talked about at the beginning of the video. He's a champion himself, and he did it 20 years later and made another champion that's just like him, like literally. So, man, we all know about duplication, man. He just talked about it. Just gave y'all a few pointers on, you know, getting your peak performance there, man. If y'all got any questions, man, y'all can holler at him, man. What can they find you at, my brother?
Man, find me at the track now. Hit me up on IG, man. Professor 1, 3 S's, man. Hey, I was given that name, and it fits. So, hey, I'm a professor, I'm a teach, and we're going to create more champions.
Well, that's the lesson from the professor himself, man. AKA the second, man. It's been your boy, Daryl. It's been another Ingenuity Inspired Greatness Talk. I'll let y'all next time.
Peace.